Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. As always, invite everybody to come join us on Patreon if you haven't yet. Growing family over there, and also exclusives every week. You could join the family for as little as $1 a month, and even less when you pay for a year in advance.
It's a nice little supportive group over there. Very nice group.
Oh, it's absolutely awesome. And again, it does help us to keep going with all these videos and doing our deep dives. So it turns out Augustin Escobar, president and CEO of Siemens in Spain, along with his wife and their 3 children, were identified as the victims of that helicopter that plunged into the Hudson River in New York City on Thursday, according to New York Post. New York Helicopter Tours website featured a photo of the family of 5 posing in front of the Bell 206L4 Long Ranger 4 helicopter. Law enforcement reported the family had arrived in Manhattan from Barcelona earlier that day. The pilot's identity remains unknown. Again, we pray for the family and all those that were involved in this. You know, we knew it was somebody of significance when it comes to the geopolitical business world. It wasn't going to be, somebody that's not in the thick of things, or, there's a purpose. In other words, there was a purpose here to this. And you could just feel it. You just know it. So Augustin Escobar was a highly regarded executive in the technology and infrastructure sectors. He had been serving as president and CEO of Siemens Spain. Do you know this company was one that was laying cable between Spain and Africa over 170 years ago? It's kind of crazy. To see what's really going on behind the picture here. So, serving as president CEO of Siemens Spain, as well as CEO of Siemens Mobility Southwest Europe since December 2022, Escobar earned a degree in industrial engineering from Universidad Pontificia Comillas in Madrid, had over 25 years of international experience in energy and transportation. His leadership spanned across the U.S., Latin America, and Spain. Before his latest role, he was the CEO of Siemens Energy Management Division and the Infrastructure and Cities sector in Latin America from 2014 to 2018. It's a vacation trip that ends in absolute tragedy. There's technology here at this company, and AI as well, cybersecurity. These are some of the things that they do here. Data analytics. It's curious. There's something here. It feels that ties in some way, shape, or form, perhaps to this, where Terry Dolan, U.S. Bank Corp., he was the victim of a plane crash in Brooklyn Park. What's really going on here? I think as we look into a lot of these accidents, quote unquote, that happen, we see connections. And I just think that, there are real connections there where there's information that the public is not privy to, but certain power brokers want to make sure it stays out of the public's knowledge until something happens. And I think that something is all about the economic collapse that is steamrolling our way.
I think it's so extremely sad, because I also view this as some sort of a message out there, somebody picking on someone else, and they're very ruthless. I mean, they're horribly ruthless. The family, that's a beautiful family, the children, the wife, the father. I mean, very good lights, but with the system that we live in, when someone wants to hold on to their power and hold on to corruption. They stop at nothing. They stop at absolutely nothing. If there's any threat to their power, the system that they have built, their financial system, they're going to take care of that threat, or they're going to send a message in another way. So, I mean, people do really weird things for money. It's not just about survival to some people. Some people think that it's like their life breath, like they have to, eat, breathe money, and they'll do anything for it. And it's just really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's the state of the world that we've been in. Panama deal allows U.S. to deploy troops to Canal. U.S. troops will be able to deploy to a string of facilities along the Panama Canal after a joint deal seen by AFP Thursday. This is a major concession to the Trump regime as he seeks to reestablish U.S. influence over the waterway. So, it's obviously a hot economic war that it seems is heading towards, an actual military confrontation with China and the U.S. And here's China to the U.S. We don't need you. Never did. China's President Xi just broke silence on the U.S. trade war mess, making it crystal clear Beijing's not begging, definitely not blinking. For over 70 years, China's development has relied on self-reliance and hard work, never on handouts from others, and is not afraid of any unjust suppression. So China will not give. Yet the reality is, what do we see with, who do we see with Mao going all the way back to the Cultural Revolution? You see the banking cabal. You see the same old cast of characters. And yes, Mao accepted handouts. From the European banking system is who funded the communist revolution. So, again, this is part of the knowledge that should be basic knowledge that's always being tried to be hidden. China halted all liquefied natural gas imports from the United States. This leaves tankers in limbo with billions of dollars of contracts. They'll now go with Australia for their natural gas needs instead. Australia is inking new deals throughout Asia, may soon turn to Europe and cut American gas out of the picture entirely. Now, Australia would be taken over in a hot war very quick. This would be a definite target for invasion from China when the war kicks off. China launches Mystery King of the North spy satellite, now guarding the sky with heavenly kings. This is its third classified TJS-17 satellite into orbit, completing what appears to be a 4 heavenly kings constellation watching Earth from cardinal directions. Beijing claims it's testing multi-band communications. Western analysts suspect military applications like signals intelligence gathering and satellite inspection capabilities. Latest launch aboard a Long March 3B rocket gives China yet another set of eyes in space while keeping its true capabilities deliberately vague. Yeah, very interesting. Again, you always look for the symbolism. Kind of hits me like Poseidon, but then again, space is not a vacuum as they make it out.
I know. I mean, it's so silly, the science that they give us, the upside down science, and they put it out there, and they actually make our poor children take tests. Sometimes the answer is wrong, but I'll bet you anything, most of the answers that the children get wrong, they're right.
So the sickle maker, which again, the FAUCI person, that's literally what it translates to when you translate his name. One of the interpretations is sickle maker, the reaper there. He just got hit with criminal referrals for murder, abuse, and medical coercion. Multiple states are demanding prosecution. Yeah, this is pretty wild. Who's named in the referrals? The sickle maker, Dr. Francis Collins, Dr. Deborah Birx, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, Dr. Peter Hotez, and others as well. it's only a matter of time. It really, really is only a matter of time. And, again, they want to slow the roll as much as possible. I believe, again, there's at least a dozen states in which this is happening. And don't forget, again, that Gil Bates guy, he also has been in the news when we're looking at the Netherlands indicting again, and also he just lost his immunity from prosecution in Kenya. The reality is, what can you say? Pure reptilian, absolutely. And George and Alex Soros may be facing federal investigation. Coordinated protests as they run across America. Whispers in D.C. are growing louder. So Attorney General Pam Bondi may be preparing to investigate Soros and his son Alexander as alleged financiers behind domestic terror attacks. NGOs, dark money, paid protesters, evidence is mounting, and of course, control of the media has been ongoing forever. But, it's all coming out at this point in time. It really, really is. This is a woman shocked to discover her neighbor's corgi was sneaking onto her property at night and riding the pony. Yes. Yeah, they have an agreement in place.
That's something I would probably do if my neighbor had a pony. I don't know. I can't blame the corgi. It's fun.
Absolutely. Again, the system makes like they're out to help us, but we understand. We know exactly what they're doing. And again, it should be one of our main priorities to awaken the masses as much as possible. As they try to slow our roll, we will just keep pushing, and we're not alone. The amount of people that are growing and understanding exactly what has been going on, it's definitely expanding exponentially. So we're coming to a turning point, guys. The light is growing. You cannot stop the light. It's only a matter of time.
Keep going, guys. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.